this could be, kind of a reach, but if this video reaches Young Don Reborn, that'd be amazing because this this video was inspired by him. I want to believe in God, but I just can't. I have a lot of questions, and it's just hard for me to imagine that there's a higher power out there. But I'm going to try to, say my points in an organized way. Yeah, I've been watching Young Don Reborn transform his channel into a religious channel, and I think it's amazing. I like the way it's going. He's still really entertaining, and he's made me question my beliefs. I started off as a Catholic because of my parents, so I was born into religion. I was a Catholic when I was a little kid, and then I started thinking for myself. My sister became an atheist, and she told me the way she thought. I started thinking for myself, and I decided that there was no God. So I stopped going to church and I stopped praying and all that. And I've been like that, since today. But watching Young Don, I started to think for myself again. And a lot of the messages he spreads, I think they're good messages. And we believe in a lot of stuff. I am against abortion. I believe a man's a man, a woman's a woman. Controversial nowadays, shouldn't be. I believe that traditional values. I never knew this until I started watching YouTube. How a man should act masculine and lead his feminine woman, and he should provide. She should show love and take care of the household, take care of the kids. We share a lot of beliefs, but I just can't grasp my mind around the idea that there's a higher power out there. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe in the future it will. Maybe Don can change my mind, but just a lot of questions. Like, first of all, I just can't imagine how the world started. Even with the Big Bang, like there had something crashed, boom, there's a Big Bang, everything, the universe was created. How are those two things there in the first place? Someone had to put those two things in there so they can crash. But even the same thing can be said about God. How could God create everything? Like, who created God? That doesn't make sense. How could he always have been there? Someone had to create God. Every single explanation for how the world started has like a little loophole. Like, how could that happen? And like, second of all, the way the world was created with Adam and Eve, and then they had children. That means that like we're all created from incest because their children had to reproduce with their own siblings. And so, that's kind of weird. And also, if Adam and Eve were created, what's up with the dinosaurs? I thought dinosaurs existed millions of years before humans, but I thought humans were made on the sixth day, I don't know. So that doesn't add up. We have bones of dinosaurs, so which one is it? Little things like that. I just can't. But maybe Don can explain that. But also, I think religion was created to have comfort. To not be lost. We all need purpose. We need a reason to be here. So we created like a God to look up to. We created like a heaven, so we have something to look forward to after we die. Like a way to cope for that. We also created it for moral purpose. So that humans won't be terrible human beings. They have a reason to be good, or else they'll be sent to hell. And yeah, it worked. It worked for a little while. It worked until now. That religion is dying. Religion really is dying, and we see the way the world is going, down. Everything is falling apart. So maybe in a way, religion is needed, or maybe that proves that religion or God is real, because when we don't follow God, the world is collapsing. But it could also just be the morals, the ideas of what is a good human being that is needed. I feel like a God was created to enforce those those rules, those laws. Like the way a president like enforces the law, God is the enforcer of the laws. So that could be a thing. I am torn apart because I do believe in those laws. I've been watching a lot of red pill. Like Don said, the true red pill is the Bible. Religion and red pill, they do have a lot of similarities. I went to church for the first time in years, like 3 weeks ago, and the way the priest explained the gospel, basically the whole point of the gospel was to be a good human being, not be selfish, and also to work right now so that your future self can have those rewards. Basically, delayed gratification, which is a principle of self-improvement. So, was self-improvement taken from religion, or is religion just a way of self-improvement? You know, you know what I mean? That's where I'm torn apart. Like there are similarities, but which one is right? Which one do I follow? I can follow the laws of religion without being religious. You know what I mean? I can be a good human being without following religion. I can be a good human being without believing in God, but will I still go to hell? If God exists, will I still go to hell even if I was a good human being? And I would say, like, if I go to hell for not believing, even if I was a good human being, then that is not a God that, I'm proud of or that I would worship, because that's unfair. It seems like an unfair God. But I can then also see the other point of view, which is that God created you. Like, you wouldn't be here without him. So worship him, He's the only reason why you're here. So, if you don't worship your creator, then like, ungrateful son of a bitch, like you deserve to go to hell. So I see both points of view. And it's just confusing. Yeah, those are just some questions that I have about religion. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way. I do respect people who are religious because, I look up to the way they act. They have good discipline and they stand for what they believe, which is, I can respect that. And I do believe a lot of the stuff that, religion has to say. So, the only difference is I don't believe in a higher power. So, not yet, at least. And hopefully that doesn't send me to hell. But, if it does, then I guess I'll face my consequences in the future. But yeah, feel free to think for yourself. This just, to make people think, make myself think. Is religion real? It's not real. Who knows? Just be a good human being and just be better.